There's always more. More for us to think about, more for us to do, more for us to be. And for some reason, we get stuck or stopped in places we don't want to be in. And I wonder if we do that just to keep ourselves busy. I had a thought. Who would you be? Who would I be? Who would we be if everything were okay? If everything were okay. If there were no wars and no poverty and no political discord, if there were no disease, if there were no problems with your children or your partner or your co-workers, who would you be? Who would you be if there were no problems? And some of us don't know how to live without struggle and challenges and difficulty and complaints and worries. Who would you be? If everything were okay, and what would that look like? Because unless you know what it looked like, you're not going to be able to call it in. You're not going to be able to create it. Some of us, I think, are addicted to problems. We're addicted to the struggle. We're addicted to having it hard. And an addiction is a dis-ease. And when there is dis-ease, there's a way toward peace. But you got to be willing to do more, be more, think in different ways. Who would you be if you didn't have any problems? Figure that out and be that person today and watch how your world changes. Because no matter what it is, no matter who it is, no matter how it is right now, there's more that you can be to turn it around. There's always more. There's always more. I had a thought the other day, and that thought was this: dysfunction is a disease. It is a disease of the mind. It is a disease of the heart. It is a disease that infects everything and everyone that comes within its purview, its parameters. Dysfunction is a disease that takes us off the right path, that takes us out of our true being. Dysfunction is a disease, and while much of it is learned behavior, learned beliefs, learned thinking, learned ways of being, it is our responsibility to see where our dysfunction is in our thinking, in our speaking, in our living, and then take responsibility for bringing that dysfunction into normalcy, into the natural way of being. But we are so busy blaming others for why we do what we do the way we do it, that we don't take the opportunities that are available to us to own and heal our own dysfunction. Instead, we manage it. We manage anger instead of healing it. We manage poverty and lack and limitation instead of eliminating it. But there's always more. Always more for us to think about. Always more for us to be. If you have the disease of dysfunction in your marriage, in your family, in your work life, in your finances, in your body, if you have an organ that's dysfunctioning, if you have a person that's dysfunctional, if you have a relationship that isn't functioning at its highest capacity of love, there's more for you to do within you to get that healed up, to get that disease healed and cured. There's always more. And it's not about more of the outside. It's about more of the inside. Because there's always more you can do to bring yourself into alignment with the truth of who you are. There's just more.